Do I just... Okay, you tell me when we're recording. So for the bigger part of the last decade, I've been performing stand-up comedy. I have performed at nerd conventions, comic cons, anime conventions, public school libraries. I've Skyped into private anime clubs. There's a lot that I've self-produced. A bunch of albums on iTunes, Amazon, 2 DVDs to date. I did a limited run fantasy sitcom on YouTube with puppets. It's called Dungeon Crawlers. I've appeared in a bunch of stuff on a bunch of websites, but one of my favorite joys was the community that came around the first podcast I did. 183 episodes, We Are the Geek. I ran it for about 2 years, and I just couldn't bring myself to close the feed. I knew I would come back to it once I figured out what to do with a recording studio. What, more? No, I'm tired. My name is Uncle Yo. I am a geek-specific stand-up comedian. I am a writer, I'm a playwright, I'm a voice actor, I'm a lifelong horror fan, I'm a tabletop RPG fan, I love Vampire the Masquerade, Vampire the Requiem, I love Werewolf, Promethean, guys, all of these games, why not combine all of them together? No, don't zoom in, my pores look like a Sarlacc pit right now. The Chroniclers of Darkness is going to be a self-produced 6-episode miniseries that's going to lead into a bunch of other stories set within the pre-existing new world of darkness, as imagined by Onyx Path Wizard! We're going to start in Geist the Sin Eaters, which is a world that's similar to, imagine Ghostbusters meets Persona, but far darker. And we're going to follow Robbie Crutch's story, and all those other side characters are going to come back in future stories. Friends will become foes, foes will become friends. We'll always be switching the narrative, much more of like a sandbox narrative. It's basically a fan fiction podcast. No, that's literally what it's gonna be. It's literally a fan fiction horror podcast. The Patreon buys me time to book the guests, time to produce the scripts, time to write them, edit them. It gives me time to promote it. It gives me time to mess and play and look forward into the future. We've already spent hours making new original music. We've already worked on the 6 original scripts. I'm gonna keep producing content no matter what, but with your help, we can produce the kind of quality that you deserve. How can you be out of coffee? Patrons will get exclusive first week-ahead access to new episodes as they develop. You'll also be invited to, as private as I can make them, Google Hangout sessions and brainstorming sessions. Patrons are going to have direct feed and communication with me. And what I'd like to do with the patrons is start up a relationship and a dialogue where they direct who picks up the story, where they direct what series we end up focusing on or what characters we follow. That's what you put in will save up and eventually produce more Dungeon Crawler stuff. Thrak is already on Vine. If we reach a certain threshold, I will bring back We Are the Geek. Wizard backwards! And no matter what you end up doing, thanks. This is a fetish studio. Women sit on cakes and balloons and it's really weird stuff. It's good, but it's weird.